Hey guys, and we're here for another episode of Japanu Toyzu. I've decided to go back and do another Brave figure. This time we are doing Guardion, or Guardioid, or something like that. The spelling's around and the pronunciation is in the clouds at the moment. So he is from the Fighbird series. He's, I guess, a secondary robot. He is the three combiner dude who is the guard team. We have Guard Star, Guard Fire, and Guard Rescue, and these three make Guardion. So I've got now else to say. He's a cool dude, yeah, a cool little figure with some nice colours on it. As I look off to the side here where he is, and of course this is part one because he can become a super Guardian if you would. But we'll save that for another video sometime soon, I would imagine. So let's get on with some Japanu Toyzu action. Okay guys, so here's the guard team in their vehicle forms. We have Guard Star, the police car, Guard Fire, the fire truck, and Guard Rescue, who is of course the ambulance. And as we quickly look over these things, yes, all the stickers are peeling off. That's kind of what you expect from the Sonocon releases of these Brave figures, but I will say that Guard Rescue, pretty good, apart from the giant feet on his back. That's a bit of an issue, but generally I like the placement of the stickers. I like the fact that we have the Firebird symbol on him. It's all pretty nice. He looks like a rescue vehicle of some description. You know, Guardfire is a bit more of a futuristic kind of fire truck, and he's not too bad again. The stickers are super peely on this guy, but you still get the general impression that he is a fire truck, which is cool. And Guard Star is a very stereotypical, I suppose, police car from Japan. You know, when Japan makes these kind of police cars, they all kind of look like this for the most part. Like super cool and futuristic and like pretty much a sports car, which is fine. It does the job. It's got a big old star on his chest as well. We do have some extra pieces, which are these bits, which are used for the robot mode. So we've got one for Guard Star, one for Guard Fire, and of course one for Guard Rescue, and these are all color coded, of course, so white goes with white, blue goes blue, blah 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 blah. They're all kind of okay. It's a bit hard to pick out the black detail. It would be nice if they had this color for each of the weapons, like maybe to make it stand out a bit more, but yeah, well, what are you going to do? You can attach them to the vehicle mode by simply finding a port and pulling off a bit, like so, and will it go on this one? Nope. No, it won't. Okay, so we'll flip it around and shove it here. Don't get me wrong, these look real awkward, real silly. But hey, if you want to store their accessories in the vehicle mode, you have that option. I'm not sure I'd recommend it, but at least with Guard Star here, it's a little bit better because it does clip on here with these two pegs. Well, not those two, these two. Haha, the other two are for the other mode. We'll edge the guns up as well, so we'll clip them on here. It doesn't look a lot better. It does look a little better, I guess. We'll pretend it does, shall we? And here again we have Guard Fire, sorry, and we can just plug these bits onto here like so. Come on, there we go. And again, he doesn't look quite as bad. The worst to come off with his accessories is Guard Rescue, unfortunately. But let's take these bits off as we need to get rid of them for the transformation sequence. So come on, get off. There we go. Now, let's change form. So now the guard team is all in the robot mode. I will say straight away, they all suffer from teeny head syndrome, and this becomes apparent why in a little bit, but having a first look at Guard Star, he's got some quite nice colours on him. He's nice and blue and white and all those policey kind of colours. The weird crotch gold star is a bit weird, but his legs have really good stickers on them and make them pop. He's got the best legs out of the rest of them. The back does a fine job of hiding bits. It's not super bad, really. But that head is real small. It's real distracting how small it is, but We'll move on to talk about Guard Fire, who has an even teenier head. Oh my god, yeah. Arms not too bad. Legs a big block. I mean, none of these things have articulation for the most part. The back, again, is nicely compressed, and there's not huge amounts of kibble flying off everywhere, which is always good. But that head, it's just so tiny. Oh. And it's on a big lever thingy as well for the transformation. Now, Guard Rescue is quite nice, I guess. He's probably one of the best individual figures, I think. He's got a good solid look to him, even if his head is a wee bit small and some of the detail is lost just because of the white. Like some of the detail on his head, unless you look at it in the right light, you can just lose some of it, which is a bit of a shame. And again, the back has no kibble on. Not really anyway, so that's all cool. So in terms of articulation, what have we got? We'll start off with Guard Rescue here. His articulation is the arms go around and the elbows bend. And that's about it, 90 degrees, and the arms go out for the transformation. There you go, the legs do split at the knee, which is weird. It's like he's doing the split but from the knees, which I don't recommend doing, guys. That's going to kill yourself or break some bones. That's his articulation, so you can, at least with the leg split, you can get a bit of a stance out of him. Guard Fire, he's got nothing. He's one solid piece, really, because of having to split him down the middle here, which I'll show you later for the transformation into Super Guardian. The arms spin all the way around and they go out, but when they go out like such, they're a bit wobbly and they cover his face. You know, it's weird. Again, it's for the transformation, but in terms of articulation, this is not doing any good for anything. And Guard Star here, well, his legs move in and out. That's about it. It's nice because it gets a bit more of a stance out of him. The elbows bend. Well, it's not really the elbow, but, you know, they go forward and back. And the head actually does turn on this one, unlike the other two, so that's kind of good. So you can get him a bit more looking off to the side at the very least, which a bit more play factor. And with these parts, again, we flip around the other pegs and we can now attach them onto different parts here. So I'll take him away and plop him down. He's got his on his back and he's got his guns now. Rescue Guard, he's got his, and Fire Guard, come on mate. Well, he's got his on now. And the reason is they have teeny heads and they have these big old backpacks is they can get a new face, basically, from these parts on the back when you flip this switch. I can't remember what this is called, but we'll just press the buttons on the back and flip the heads on. Click, click, click. And there we go, they've got their new faces, and the faces really do help the proportions, except on this guy. He loses his articulation, of course, on his head, but at least he looks a little bit better. His head's a bit too big, I would say, but, you know, that's just my opinion. Guard Rescue, again, overall comes off the best. His head works with his body. His proportions fill out a lot nicer than the other two. And Guard Fire, yeah, he's alright, I suppose. He's a bit disappointing. Like I say, Rescue is where it's at, son. Jigabachi. But now these guys can all combine together. They can form up. And when they form up, they form Guardion. That might not be the exact pronunciation, but there you go, Guardion. Now he's got an interesting load of colours all kind of smushed together. The stickers are a hindrance, of course. He does have some guns where the police car doors would have been. You just got to roll with me here. Everything all seems to mesh together quite nicely, and you can see that the Japanese really did focus on making this guy into a big robot rather than individual cool little robots. The face is fairly accurate. It's not the best, it's not the worst. The back, again, contains quite a lot of the stuff quite nicely. You know, there's not a huge amount of kibble. A little problem is the head from Fire Rescue is just kind of floating in the back there. It's not really hidden. But generally, he looks pretty good, I would say. So he does have an interesting look to him. Now, articulation-wise, elbows bend. The arms really don't move. That's all you're getting for the most part. The head does twist. But it does bang off the back here. So what you can do is move it out the way slightly, and then you've got a bit more head articulation, which is always kind of cool. It's just the way these pieces are shaped and how much clearance there is. You just gotta be aware of that. But it's a 1992 or 3 toy, so it's old at this point, guys. So let it go. You gotta be careful of these two pieces here because they do like to come a little bit loose. So just push that down and you dandy. The legs do bend at the knee, I guess, but it's not gonna really get you any posability. But it's there if you need it. And what you can do if you want more articulation here is you can open up these parts and swing the arms out. It breaks the look of the toy a little bit, but if you really want to get a big old meaty swing and punch some dudes, you know, you can do like that, or just close up the arms and having, you know, just raising his arms, raising the roof, as they say. So the guard team, are they worth having? Individual robots? Probably not. They're not the most exciting little robots, but that's not the point in them. The point is they combine. And do they combine well? I would say that the transformation, especially on Guard Fire, is really interesting, and I've never seen it before. So that kind of stuff is kind of fun, just on an engineering aspect. I think they come out to be quite a decent robot. Not the best, but it's got a nice look to it. It looks like a Japanese robot, don't get me wrong, but it fits in nicely with Fighbird. And of course, that's not the end of the story, guys, because we have one more dude to add to Guardion, who we'll talk about in the next video. So, yeah, he's a cool little figure, and I'll catch you next time, peeps.